Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to use the little mini Dritz iron to iron on shoes. So these shoes right here are just from Walmart. They're about $6. So they're about 5 something, almost $6. They also have the ones that don't even have the shoelaces. Those would be fun to do as well, but my daughter wanted these ones. So this is what we did. And we put, so I'm going to show you guys in the video how to do this. But anyway, so you're going to see how you can layer several things of the vinyl with it regular as glitter. Same thing with the sides. You're going to be able to see that with that Dritz mini iron. I am highly impressed with it. It's 24 bucks at Walmart. You can get them on Amazon, things like that. I don't know if Michael's, I know Hobby Lobby didn't have them. But it's definitely something to have on hand to do projects like this, because it would be hard to get your easy press to do something like that. But that's it's a nice tool to have to do projects like this. So anyways, we have decided to go ahead and leave this one just simple like this. So on the back side here, you're going to see that both of them have like this, the little silhouettes here. But we decided to leave this shoe more plain, so it's like the Beauty and the Beast. So that way it just wasn't overpowering. We thought it was just cute like that. But we put all the roses here on the side. But that's several things of layering, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But one of the things, and you're going to see me talk about that in there, when you get your shoes, keep the tissue that comes in there, because it kind of helps to put your hand in there and then use it to iron. Or you could put a wash rag, anything like that, just to kind of help give it so you can push and give some pressure. Also, a tip real quick before we get started, make sure when you let your iron heat up, and I'll talk about settings in the video, make sure once it beeps and says it's ready, give it a few more minutes, because the longer that it's on, it's so much better. And I didn't even change the temperature after all to the glitter. It worked out amazing just leaving it the way that it was. So you'll see that later on in the video, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I did is I've got my little Dritz mini iron on number 3. This is the one that I'm using today. I got this from Walmart for $24.99. This is what the little top looks like right here. It has a little stand, and it's got a little temperature. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. On your instructions here, it tells you, so settings number 1 is 248. Settings number 2 is 302. Settings number 3 is 356, and number 4 is 410. So we know with the Cricut Easy Press, what's nice having this right here, is for regular iron on, it is 305 for cotton and 30 seconds. So what I'm going to choose is number 2, so I'm going to have 302. And then for the glitter, it's 340, so I'm going to choose settings number 3 for that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and then I'll do the same thing where, you know, we want to kind of press it around the same time as the Easy Press. So that's what makes it nice. But anyways, Amazon also has these, and I'll have it linked down below. What I like to do is, like, you could just take a Teflon sheet. I always use my Cricut one to, I've showed this in previous videos, and I get all my pieces of vinyl the way that they're supposed to be, stacking on top of each other, and I'll lay them sticky side so I don't lose any of my pieces. So let's go ahead and get started. So these shoes right here just came from Walmart. They were around $5 and something say $6. You could do this on Keds, Converse, whatever you want to. So this is what we're going to do. So I am going to go ahead, and I'm probably going to go ahead, and you can see, like, when you first purchase them, it comes with that stuffing. Stuff something in the toe just to kind of give it a little bit of support. Okay, so we're going to start with this side of the shoe. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff this in here because my daughter already took that one out. All right, so what I'm going to do is get my first piece on here, which is this right here, which is the Tale as Old as Time. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on here about like this, because I do plan on adding a couple of these little pieces here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that up as high as I possibly can and just kind of make sure it's even. So I'm just going to kind of hold it down right about there. I'm going to take my little iron and start getting that down. So I'm just going to kind of rub it. So I'm going to get my shoe where I can hold it. And at first, I'm just going to kind of rub it around. So it beeps to let you know that it's where it's supposed to be, by the way. So I'm just going to kind of hold it here and then kind of push it around. Because right now I'm just trying to get it in place. Move to this side. Just giving it a little bit of pressure. Now, as I go through this process with the regular vinyl, I'll probably speed it up just because I'm going to be doing the same thing over and over again. So right now, I'm just going to be layering down all of my, because as usual, you want to put all the glitter last. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my regular iron on first. So what I'm doing is I got my hand underneath the tissue. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but as long as you got something so it's not like touching the part, my hand that's in the inside, it's holding the tissue underneath. So I definitely would not recommend just sticking your hand straight to it because obviously you got heat coming through there. But if you can pull this off and you want to move kind of quickly, I'm just kind of giving it a little bit of pressure and rubbing and going all the way around just to make sure that this is not going to come off. All right. Now, as you guys know that my daughter, we do have the other little mini Dritz iron that's about like this big, but this is definitely a lot easier to maneuver around this. So far you can see that's what it's looking like. Go ahead and move on to the other shoe. We're going to layer all of this Beauty and the Beast pieces here. So as you can see, as usual, I just kind of stack my pieces on top of one another. This image is in Cricut Design Space. It's $1.99. Unless you already own like the Disney images and stuff, you probably already own this. You can also bring this in from Google. Just Google, you know, Beauty and the Beast silhouette or SVG or PNG, and you can pull something into Design Space. So I'm going to go ahead and move that paper back to this shoe. All right, same thing. At first, I'm going to go ahead and get my hand underneath here. And, well, actually, no. All right, so I've got that kind of lined up where I want it. Something like right about there I think is good. I may even kind of turn it a little bit like this. All right, just trying to make sure I have it where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and start touching this, just kind of getting it held down. And just completely sliding across, rubbing as I get across here. All right, so just like that so far you can see. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start layering my next layer here. All right, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and get his coat on. So I'm going to make sure with this iron that I'm just staying on any of this plastic and not getting on the outside of it. All right, so there's our next layer. So now we're going to go back in with the brown here. Next part, what I'm going to do is we have these vines here. I forgot to like attach them so that way I kind of had them where they were going. So I have all these little roses that are going to go down the shoe. So I'm going to go ahead and place them where they're supposed to go, and we'll be right back. So now that I have these where I want them, what I'm going to do, because they are attached, I mean, I'm going to take them off because I have, you know, plastic on top of plastic. But what I'm going to do is that way I kind of know where I'm starting here. So I know that this is going to be the first one. I can pull this piece off. And then I'm just going to make sure that I stay down on this side. I'm going to leave those laying there so I kind of know where they're at. And at least get this first one in place, and then I'll kind of know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this. And this got a little bit of a cushion on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and utilize that by pressing at the same time. I think it still needs a little bit more time to heat up. Okay, so there is one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the flower here, and I'm going to get that laid down where it's supposed to be, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and move this one out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and get this one down just like this. Same thing as last time. I want to stay off of the other iron-on that I've already got down. You want to, you know, I'm just avoiding it is what I'm doing. So you could always cover it up if you feel like you need to, but this is such a little small iron. It's no big deal. And it's not necessarily that you may be doing the same design. So definitely think outside the box, you know, Minnie and Mickey Mouse, your school. I wanted my daughter to actually, I wanted to do our school, so like like the Razorbacks and stuff, but she didn't want that, so. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna do is I want it to be facing the same one here like this. So what I'm gonna do is I need to lay down, so I need to pull this layer off and pull the flower off. And make sure that stays where I need it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that down. All right, so now that we've got that, now we're going to go ahead and add the glitter roses on top of these. Okay, so just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do both sides of both shoes, and we'll be right back. Okay, so here is our shoes all done. super cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. We are almost at 9,000. I'm just truly blessed. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one.